Oh, we are live. Check me out. So, name of the podcast is Atavisms, and I'm gonna see if I can actually pull up the definition on the screen. Give me a second to pull it up. Let me add the link in the chat. Hold on. Copy link. Trying to figure this out right now as I go. So, y'all watching me laugh as I'm actually figuring all this out. Let me see. Podcast info. Bam. Alright, cool. So we got a link right here. It's the banner. And then we got the for the comms. Bam. Yeah, that's cool. Bam, 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 bam. All right. Bam, bam, bam. All right, so look at this. It's how do I? Trying to put it on the screen. A tendency to revert to something ancient or ancestral. The more civilized the society seems to be, the more susceptible it is to its buried atavism, recurrence of traits of an ancestor in a subsequent generation. That's in biology. And so, with atavism, what I'm getting at pretty much is a conversation I had with Brittany B, and pretty much she was saying that, you know, she was a flat earther, that she believes the earth is flat, a firmament or something of that nature. Pretty much biblical literalism, like taking the Bible literally and believing wholeheartedly that the Bible is the Word of God. When we all are understanding that in order to have these conversations, these words are made by men, and that all Abrahamic religion stemming from your voice in your head, I don't know if y'all ever saw that story I had put on my TikTok or on my YouTube also about all Abrahamic religions coming from the voice, your conscience. And, when they say let your conscience be your guide, pretty much when you are letting your conscience be your guide, you are using your reasoning. We all are pretty much susceptible to logic, logic and reasoning coming together, being the same, almost one and the same. So it's like you have, say for instance, right and wrong. These concepts are all pretty much principles that I'm sorry, I'm getting it up right now. I'm trying to pull it up. No, that didn't work. All right. Trying to be able to share the screen. Hold on. I'm actually doing all this from my phone. I think people were saying that I need to do it from a computer, and I think they are right. Let me see. Definitely correct. Yeah, because I can't share this. Damn it. But all right, I'm just finished saying what I was gonna say. Since there's nobody coming in right now, I think it's an early time frame. If you're just waking up, good morning. You hearing this for the first time, you probably want to be playing this back. I appreciate you for coming in. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who joins us live, you know what I'm saying? Anybody who, just feels like they also had that same need to be heard, to say something, to speak on whatever issue it is. And so, you know what I'm saying, when you look at and you see, all right, if it's any type of issues you have, like that can be solved. Anything that you have, any problem, it can be solved. Like, never feel like you could settle just for one answer. Question everything. Is I feel like is the way of the world. Having science, understanding, realizing that you know at one point in time, all people didn't know anything. Like we all were born knowing nothing, right? Or there's a theory that we're born knowing all. All is in our DNA, all is inscripted within us. So these things that are innate, that are within us, we already have. Like, say, for instance, a lion is born a lion and will do lion shit. You know what I'm saying? It will do lion things. Whatever a lion is supposed to do, they will make sure that. I'm sorry for cursing. But yeah, they will do whatever they have to do to survive. And in surviving, we have, getting food and hunting. And you'll have to learn early how to do certain things because we don't have food that just grows in clouds. I also had a story about the clouds being able to edible, whereas the moral being, if everything is going to be perfect, um, then everyone has to be perfect. Perfect society of utopia is more like robots, and that's pretty much what we're going towards, that mark of the beast type of mentality. But if we are understanding of these principles and understand core concepts, then these things won't become us. Like, we will use these things and not the other way around. And I feel like with more intellect, with more intelligence, whatever people understanding and knowledge, that archaic ideologies will be able to be put to rest, such as, flat earthers not realizing, it's, you know, th- it's principles, it's concepts, core concepts that we all have to agree on in order to even have language be, viable. In order for us to even communicate, we have to be agreeing that we're speaking the same language. So, when speaking that same language, we have to understand that taking the Bible literally um, would mean that there were at one time serpents that could speak, um, talking snakes. There would have to be births of women without any, uh, well, not even going into that. There would have to be a man and a woman, both without belly buttons, that we would be able to find, right? And have evidence of, or maybe at one point in time, that evolution over years did take place. And we have these bones that we're finding and being able to predate and understand what area, what lineage they came from. And in finding out that, we'll realize, okay, what they ate, how they lived, just based off of bone structure and based off of anatomy, so physiology, all of these studies that are coming into play that we didn't have at these times when we were creating these stories. And these stories are not to be taken literally. And that's the issue. The Bible being taken literally is, I think, the worst atavism that we have right now. Is this day and age that we have to understand, why are these stories being told? The purpose behind these stories is not just, oh, good morning, Red Lipstick Vibes. I appreciate you for joining. It's not just to, you know, just tell the story, but it's meaning behind them, yes. But the meaning behind them is more parables. It's not, what I'm saying, what you would call a literal, a manifestation. Like, if you can draw conclusions and say, oh, this means that, then yeah, okay, theoretically you would be able to say that it is prophetic. But without, it, I guess, explicitly saying, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but without explicitly saying this is what it is, then hey, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be. But join the panel if you can, if you feel like it. If you're not understanding what I'm saying, or if you got any pushback, I would love to hear it, because I'm not incapable of reproach. You know what I'm saying? You could definitely, if you say something I agree with, I agree. I tell you I agree. But if not, if you can't articulate it, whether in a panel or on chat board, you know what I'm saying, I still thank you for joining my live stream. You know what I'm saying? But atavism, yeah, being as though it's certain things that are old and still going on. I'm gonna say that if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? If it's something that's not working, then you fix it. But if it ain't broke, you can't fix it. I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. We can be telling the same story for thousands and thousands. That don't make it true. That don't make it a fact. I mean, we can tell the Santa Claus story for however many years. Like, I don't, until we blue in the face for real. You know what I'm saying? And they don't make it fat and make it, oh, that's a cool story, bro. Um, you know, I don't think anybody would disagree that it's not a great story. Like, a lot of the great stories is like, what I mean? But in order for people to realize it's a story, I think it needs to say once upon a time for them or something. You know what I mean? In the beginning, it's just so profound and whoa, that's the best way to tell. It's the greatest story ever sold. Seriously. Mhm. Let me see. How do I do? Okay, okay, let me see. Alright, let me see. Background layout. Volume. Mm, mm.